کرتے ہوئے اسی سلسلے میں ہمارے اگلے سیگمنٹ کے جو گیسٹ ہیں ان سے ہم کچھ بات کریں گے، لیکن یہاں پہ ہمارے پاس ہمارے بڑے پیارے، ہمارے بڑے عزیز دوست، ہمارے بڑے اچھے اسپانسرز شاہ نواز بینکویٹ، شاہ نواز پیلس نیو جرسی کی طرف سے ارشد صاحب لائن پہ ہیں۔ السلام علیکم ارشد بھائی، کیا حال ہیں آپ کے؟
وعلیکم السلام، کیسے ہیں آپ لوگ؟
میں بالکل ٹھیک ہوں، اللہ کا شکر ہے، بالکل ٹھیک ٹھاک۔ بہت زبردست سی ویڈیو اور بڑے زبردست آپ کی ایڈورٹیزمنٹس ہم دیکھ رہے ہیں چینلز کے اوپر۔ آپ لوگوں نے پورا ایک کینوپی باہر سیٹ اپ کی ہے رمضان کے لیے، تو آپ بتائیے کہ کیا اسپیشل ہو رہا ہے؟ رمضان جو گرینڈ افطار ہوتا ہے شاہ نواز میں، وہ تو ہر سال ہوتا ہے، لیکن اس دفعہ کیا خاص بات ہے؟
بھائی اس دفعہ ہم نے جو ہے ماشاء اللہ سے لوگوں کی فرمائش کی وجہ سے ہم نے باہر ایک بہت بڑا تقریباً 500 لوگوں کا سیٹ اپ کیا ہے۔ تو ہم کسی کو شکایت کا موقع ہی نہیں دے رہے، جو بیچارے لوگ محبت سے آتے ہیں اور ایک ماحول پیدا کرتے ہیں، ہم نے وہ کر رہے ہیں۔ جیسے ہم نے پاکستان میں ہوتا ہے، کراچی میں، لاہور میں، تو ہم وہ رونقیں نیو جرسی میں لے کے آئے شاہ نواز۔
جی بالکل۔
اور پھر مختلف لوگ آ رہے ہیں، مختلف کلچر کے مسلمان لوگ آ رہے ہیں، تو وہ ہمارا کھان کرا رہے ہیں۔ تو ہم نے اس میں افطاری کا بہت بڑا انتظام کیا ہوا ہے، تقریباً 50+ ڈشز ہیں، اور وہی آپ کے چٹپٹے سموسے، آپ کے رول، پاپڑی چاٹ، دہی بڑے، تندوری آئٹم، اور آپ کے جو ہے پیٹیز، تو یہ ہم چیزیں ہم نے آج رکھی ادھر نا، تو 3 دن کا، فرائیڈے سیٹرڈے سنڈے کو۔
تو ویورز پورے امریکہ میں، مطلب میں مختلف اسٹیٹس میں رہی ہوں، مختلف اسٹیٹس میں وزٹ بھی کرتے رہتے ہیں ہم اکثر، پورے امریکہ میں اتھینٹک بیسٹ پاکستانی کھانا، اف یو وانٹ ٹو ایٹ اتھینٹک پاکستانی فوڈ، جس میں آپ کو پاکستان کا ذائقہ، پورے پاکستانی مسالوں کے ذائقے کے ساتھ، کوئی انڈین مسالے کی خوشبو نہیں آ رہی، کوئی کہیں اور کا اس میں کوئی تڑکا نہیں لگا ہوا، وہ صرف اور صرف شاہ نواز پیلس پہ ہے۔ ارشد بھائی وہاں پہ سارا سسٹم مینج کرتے ہیں۔ ریزرویشن کے بغیر رمضان میں بالکل جانے کی غلطی نہ کیجیے گا، کوئی جگہ نہیں ملتی، کیونکہ ہم یہ ایکسپیرینس کر چکے ہیں۔ تو کال کیجئے، ریزرویشن لیجئے۔ آپ ہمارے ٹی وی پہ ان کا ایڈ بھی چلتا رہتا ہے، ان کی ویب سائٹ پہ جا کے، ان کے فیس بک پیج پہ جا کے آپ ریزرویشن کر سکتے ہیں۔ تو ارشد بھائی تھینک یو سو مچ، اور انشاءاللہ I'll see you very soon in New Jersey۔
بالکل، میری طرف سب مسلمان بہن بھائیوں کو رمضان
مبارک،
کی خوشیاں۔
تھینک یو سو مچ،
بہت بہت شکریہ،
بہت شکریہ، اللہ حافظ۔
اللہ۔
So, before further ado, let me introduce my guest to you, Ms. Letitia Plummer. Thank you very much for being on this show again and taking time out. I know there are just 2 days left till the election, and 22nd is the last day of the voting.
Yes.
So, and you have a very busy schedule, and I know you took time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure being with you.
Yeah. So there was a sponsor, and if you ever visit New Jersey, you must go to Shah Navaaz. That they have the best Pakistani food.
Really?
The best food in USA. Anybody makes the best Pakistani food,
my gosh.
that's Shah Navaaz.
Okay.
I would say that without a doubt. So I know you're just coming back from Sabika's funeral, and they had this funeral in Masjid Sabreen today. And a lot of Pakistani community was gathered there today. We heard there about 1,000, 2,000 plus people.
I think it was like 2,000 people.
So you have seen how community on these topics get together and feel about these issues. Why it is so hard to control guns in this country? What is your take on it? You're going to be, inshallah, be on a position where you can make a difference. What is your take on the gun control issue?
You know, unfortunately, it's every county. First of all, it's based on the state, right? And then counties, and then districts. And unfortunately, in my district, in District 22, and really the majority of Texas is incredibly conservative.
Okay.
And so, Texans like their guns. And when they hear gun control in their minds, they think that someone's going to take away the Second Amendment from them and take their guns from them.
Right.
And they don't understand that's not really what we're trying to do. We just want to make sure that the laws that are in place are reasonable. And unfortunately, the person that's in the seat, in the congressional seat right now, he is just voting straight with Trump pretty much consistently.
Right.
And he takes money from the NRA. I think that's another piece. And when a lobbyist is paying you a lot of money, obviously you vote more, you vote more or less into that direction. And so unfortunately, we're living in a district that's very conservative. And we have to really educate and let people understand that we're not taking anyone's guns from them. Right. You know, my father is, you know, a gun carrier. We have a ranch, you know, where we do hunting. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're not trying to do that. What we want to do is prevent us from going to events like this today.
Yeah, you just want to have a check and balance on who is supposed to keep a gun, who should have an access to a gun.
Yes.
And that is more important, I guess.
It really is. And not only that, it's just, it's also the background checks. Like we should have universal background checks. We should know whose hands guns are getting inside of.
Right? We have a caller.
Sure, yes.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, Salman.
जी कौन बात कर रहे हैं, कहाँ से बात कर रहे हैं?
मैं हिना बात कर रही हूँ ह्यूस्टन से। मेरी बेटी ने विन किया था लास्ट मदर्स डे पे शांजा सलमान।
जी हम आपको रीच आउट करते रहे हैं। हम आपके वो बेचारी समन जो है वो हर नंबर पे उसने कॉल किया, आप लोगों ने उसे नंबर नहीं छोड़ा था। आप लाइन पे रहिए, समन आपका नंबर ले लेंगी। हम वो बेचारी इतना कॉल करती रही है, वो मुझे रोज़ पूछती है शांजा सलमान को कहाँ से ढूंढूं, मुझे याद है। तो अभी आप अपना नंबर दे दीजिए। थैंक यू सो मच। तो yeah, so sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So what we have to realize is that, you know, we're not trying to take anyone's guns from them, but what we need to do is we need some laws in place. Right now, a very common way of people getting guns is like when they go to gun shows or if they sell a gun from person to person.
Right.
There's no regulation there. In my opinion, you know, inshallah, if I am in Congress, what I would like to do is create some type of transaction paperwork. To where you have to report that to the state. You know what I'm saying? Some type of triplicate form that we use, like in my world as a doctor, right? If we do a prescription, there's a triplicate.
Yes.
One goes to the state, one goes to the receiver, right? And have some receipt. And that way we keep track of who's getting those guns.
Right.
Because those are really those loopholes, right?
Yeah.
That we find are really allow access to people. But also, what about mental health concerns? You know, people that are struggling with those issues, anyone with domestic violence or domestic abuse, or anyone.
I hear a lot of road rage incidents where people shoot, you know, bullets at each other, fire bullets at each other, just because, you know, somebody was driving fast or said something on the road.
Exactly.
So
we really have to get these guns. I mean, if you have a gun, there has to be rules and regulations. There have to be. And also, you know, these young people are getting guns from their parents because they're not locked the right way.
Yeah.
Like we have to have some regulations in terms of how do you conceal your weapon when it's at home, when it's in your car, and make sure that those laws are in place too. We're just losing too many lives right now. I mean, just within this year, we've lost so many lives, and it's just not. And you know, the other part of it too, we'll talk about this, I guess, in a little bit, is healthcare and mental health. We need to be more aware of what's going on.
Because what's more surprising for me is that there are people who are talking about putting bunkers in the classrooms. They're talking about spending billions of dollars on putting those bunkers and putting those metal detectors in the school.
Right.
Well, it's so simple, just to pass a law, control.
Yeah,
you know, you can save a lot of money.
Right, and it's so easy to do. If we just knew whose hands the guns were in and prevent them from getting in the hands of the wrong people, it is so easy to do. That is going to be one of the issues I'm really going to pay a lot of attention to, inshallah, if I am able to be in this seat, because the current person is not. He doesn't really understand this is affecting our communities drastically, and I don't like going to funerals in general, more or less a child.
A child's funeral, and that too was a visitor.
In the masjid. Yeah, she was a visitor. I mean, she wasn't even here. This wasn't even her country.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so for her to be I mean, I can only imagine. Just when I was in the masjid today, the thoughts going through my mind as a mother, you know, about what her parents were feeling, her not being there with them, you know, them sending their child to one of the best countries of the world, right? Those safest countries of the world. And it's just something that I don't feel like we should experience.
Yeah.
And it's too easy to fix. It's too easy to fix.
Yes, yes. And I hope people like you can get to the seat, can get into the Congress and make those decisions. And I know in your district there are a lot of immigrants who are living there, a lot of Pakistani community who who watch these shows, and I would tell them, go out and vote. Go out and vote. I know a lot of people, you know, don't believe in voting.
Right.
I mean, I'll vote. I don't want to vote. I don't want to take time out and make a trip. But it is so important. See, if you don't vote, people who are not supposed to be in those positions, who are not good for us, who don't take care of our concerns would be in the seat, and then will be at loss.
Yeah, and if I could add on to that, you know, and this is what I would like to tell our viewers. It is very unusual in Texas to have someone that really can relate and understand to what a community deals with. And when you have that candidate that's able to do that, you know they're genuinely going to represent you the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so every vote truly counts. It really does make a difference. And if Pete Olson was not in that seat right now, and we had more tighter gun control or gun laws in our district, this possibly would not happen, because that was one vote that they got.
Yeah. So right.
You understand? And so if this hasn't hit close to home, I don't know what is. I mean, I was in the masjid with almost 2,000 people today.
Yeah.
And none of them knew her.
Yeah.
But we came together as a community, you know, just like they're doing all over in other areas for all the other children that lost their lives and the teachers that lost their lives. You know, this is across the nation happening, and we all have to stand up and really understand that we have the power. There are 10,000 Muslims. There are 10,000 in our district.
10,000
registered
is
voters,
a big number.
Registered Muslim voters.
Yeah.
We have more power than any other community right now. And we have an opportunity to make this happen, and I'm urging everyone to please, let's get engaged, and let's really prevent these things from happening.
And bring a Muslim voice to the seat, to the Congress.
Yes.
Quickly, it's last 2 minutes of the show.
Sure.
Your agenda about health and education and kids' safety. So just whatever you want to say, last 2 minutes.
So right now we don't have access or affordability to health care. Okay, a lot of the 40,000 people in our district that do not have health care. What my plan is to improve the Affordable Care Act and just improve it, make it better. One big thing that we're having issues with right now is the premiums are too high.
Yeah.
If we create a national exchange to where every single insurance carrier competes nationally, we can drive those prices down. I want to move toward universal health care. I believe that single payer is definitely the way that we need to go. I just want to get there systematically and make sure that people are not left behind.
We have a caller.
Sure.
Yes, caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. This is Sakhi Mohammed.
Hi, Sakhi. How are you?
I'm fine.
Sakhi is from Pearland. He owns a big cricket stadium, Musa Stadium in Pearland, Texas. So he's a good friend with TV1. So Sakhi, whatever your question is, Letitia is here.
I was listening to the show regarding guns. I understand for bigger guns, but something like what happened in this one, I personally believe is more like a toxic environment we're living in. And our kids are too much prone to watch these video games, which promote violence. So when you are on the video games, plus you're president of the country and consistent with all about toxic environment, I think you can control stuff like this one.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely, I completely agree.
Yeah.
We need to deal with the hatred that's happening in our country right now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our president, you know, he drives a lot of that. Yes, I completely agree with Shahid, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Sakhi. Thank you for calling. So, yeah, actually, a lot of psychologists, I was reading a journal the other day, they call it the Trump effect. Whatever is happening in the schools these days, they call it partly Trump effect, because there is hate crime, there is more bullying in the schools, and now, you know, you have seen in past few months, there have been so many consistent incidents of school shootings.
Sure. And you know, one thing that worries me and concerns me, in agreement with our last caller, is that when our president is acting the way that he is, and all you do when you turn on television is hear all the hate and the anger on television, what happens to people is they become desensitized. It becomes more of a norm of hearing those things.
Right.
And what I would like to do when in Congress is make sure that those issues are dealt with. We don't need to, we can't function as good people in society if all we have coming into our spirit every single day is words of hateful words and words of discrimination and separatism and things of that sort. So I definitely believe that in conjunction with our mental health concerns that we're not dealing with, in conjunction to access to these guns, I think collaboratively we're really creating some large issues in America right now.
And we wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
And hope you get to achieve all the goals, everything you're striving for.
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much for being on the show. Viewers, go out, vote for Letitia Plummer. Anybody living in District 22
Yes.
should go out and go out today. Don't wait
Tuesday.
till
We have to wait till
tomorrow.
Tuesday. We have to wait till Tuesday.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
early voting's over.
Early voting was
Yes.
the last day was yesterday.
Yes,
I'm so sorry.
yes. It's
So 22nd.
22nd from 7 to 7.
Okay.
All day. You have to vote within your precinct. So
Okay.
you just have to make sure you vote within your precinct. But there are plenty of polling stations open. There probably not going to be a lot of lines because it's just a lot of stations open.
Okay.
Let's get this done. Let's get this done. This is so possible for us. Inshallah, this is possible. We can get this done.
You can get this done for sure. Thank you viewers. आपने आज का प्रोग्राम देखा. I hope आपको अच्छा लगा होगा. जिस भी टॉपिक पे, जिस टॉपिक से आपका इंटरेस्ट था, हमने मुख्तलिफ टॉपिक्स पे बात की. हर हफ्ते इसी तरह हम आपके पास आते रहेंगे, ऐसी बातें करते रहेंगे. अच्छा सा रमज़ान गुजारिए, अपना, अपने घर वालों का, सबका ख्याल रखिए और हमें अपनी दुआओं में याद रखिए. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.